From the other side of all this, quite interesting, and of course I'm going to get this back to Simba because they need to, follow closely what your conversation was prior, really, Simba. What happened?
Pretty much. I mean, we're really talking about how 2022 elections are shaping. A lot of clearance from IEBC. Now, that is why we're actually now into these segments. Majority of the guys that we talk to in this segment have already been cleared by IEBC to run. Question being, Anki, when we go into the elections, you present your manifesto, you present what it is that you want to do to your constituents, and then they ask you, what are you going to do different?
And pretty much not what are you going to do different, is how
you're actually going to do it.
Are you going to do that? And fine. Gentlemen, it's so good to have you on set today. One of them is quite stunned. I can't wait to hear if he's going to be a stun also in his conversation. I have not seen him smile since, but finally he gets to do that. But of course, remember the Aspirant Forum is finally back with a bang. We need to hear then and put account to this particular leaders even before they get into the hot seat. So I would allow each of you gentlemen to introduce yourselves, your members of your respective campaign areas are also watching. Perhaps they need to actually now really prove and get it correct that I am seeing him right. Is he the one on Lookup TV? I'll begin with the gentleman right, near me, and then maybe Simba can take us through to the next gentleman.
Pretty much.
Thank you very much. My name is Adams Mocheno, and senatorial aspirant of Nyamira County.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So people of Nyamira County are all glued to actually see if you're worth that seat.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's hear more. Simba.
Okay, I'm actually from Nyamira County.
Oh, are you? The last time I asked you if you're really from there, you denied.
It's my senator. Senator right here, incoming. Could be. I'm not saying that he's already made it. He's going to convince us today. And actually convince me. Ooh, I've got like very, very good questions.
I hope you will remain objective.
Very, very much.
Okay.
Yeah? Anyway, let me cross over to you, sir. How are you doing? Introduce yourself, talk to your constituents, and let's know which particular seat that you're running for in the 2022 elections.
Yes, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm Douglas Okema, fighting for MCA Kabiro Ward, Dagolet North, here in Nairobi. I'm so happy to be here.
Fantastic.
Okay, quite a good duo. Now, we're going to go straight into this. Remember, it is not just a matter of conversations. As we talk about this, let's talk about real issues. What needs to be changed? This is transition of power. We're moving into 2022, and politics are heightening. 2 months to the 9th of August, and I want to hear from our senatorial candidate here.
Yes.
Let's first hear in your follow-up and, checkups of how the Senate has been running. What could be your pickups this morning generally from where you sit?
I think from where I sit, I can say that from a checkup of the senatorial seat, most particularly the Nyamira County senatorial seat that has been held previously by 2 different individuals, what I can say is the role of representation and oversight has not been that good. That has made me throw myself my luck to try and see if I can change the legislation and that part of oversight for my people of Nyamira.
So representation and oversight coming in from his, perspective. Allow me, though, before we shift into how then he thinks this should be changed, to what are, the responsibility of a senator?
There are 2 main responsibilities of a senator. That is representation, which we, in other terms, we call legislation.
All right.
You get your votes, you be elected, you go to the Senate, you present your people, where you will be passing a lot of bills here and there, and you will be debating at the Senate. Another second role is oversight.
All right.
How is the money that is sent to our counties being utilized? How is it being used? I think those are the most and key responsibilities of a senator.
Is there any you have missed for the sake of the Mwananchi that also gets to hear oversight and representation over and over again? For civic education purposes, they need to know if there's more.
For civic education, there's more. There's more, of course, there's more.
And that is exactly why we're on the Aspirant Forum. Where is the more?
The more, as I do tell my people of Nyamira, is that we need to get leaders who are accessible. I think that is the 3rd responsibility I can add to myself as Adams.
Okay.
Leaders who are accessible, a leader that you can get anytime, a leader you can express your views into, so that he can know your problem back in the local, because we understand politics is local.
All right, I want to shift this to Simba. Simba, you take it away your own way, but of course bring us closer home.
Isn't it? Okay, well, we just want to ask you this question. And Anki, I don't know where you've actually missed it. Just before we close, we cross over to Dagoretti. You might be the youngest senator aspirant in the country right now, as we do know it. Does that make you stand out? Does that also make you worry that I might be too young for that particular seat, or gives you more impetus to push that?
I think not. I might be. I am the youngest senatorial aspirant candidate.
Yes.
Cleared and certified?
Cleared and certified.
Yes.
Under the Democratic Party of Kenya. I'm just 25 years old. So I think that gives me more energy to go for the seat.
Yes.
Because youth leadership is what we encourage at the 21st century.
Yes.
Because 21st century problems need 21st century solutions.
Do you think that your constituents will look at you now, knowing very well where you come from? It's in Nyamira County, that's my county, previous senators, previous governors. The guys who've been in politics for quite some time now. In fact, majority of them started from councillors, chiefs, and then graduated members of parliament before they became senators and governors. Do you think that they are identifying with the youth? And what would you say that, okay?
Of course, the Nyamira people have started identifying themselves to youthful leadership.
Yes.
Because, as I said, we are 21st century.
Yes.
When we resonate with our people, I do tell them that it's good that we think of 21st century solutions to 21st century problems.
Yes.
Because, you see, the people whom we are the rest, they are the old horses, the way you have said.
Yes.
But you understand that the 60% of the population, mostly of Nyamira, is youthful population. And a person who can be able to solve their problems or understand their problems well is a youth like myself.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Simba, allow me to bring a challenge into the discussion. We have let him quiet for quite some time. And remember, Aspirant Forum also allows fellow aspirants to keep the other aspirant in check. I'll give you a chance, sir, to challenge him, if anything. What do you think of his position at the moment? Now, he's a young senator, you know, aspiring candidate, and his perspectives, just as he shared. What are your thoughts?
Okay, well, going by the fact that indeed, from where he's running, Adams is going to be the youngest so far. And going by the fact, in fact, if you look at his competitors, majority of them are just wazés who are pretty much sure that we're pushing for it. Yes.
Yes, for me, first of all, I would like to congratulate my brother. Thank you for that bold and coming out that this time we need youth leadership to be heard.
Yes.
Most of the time we have seen youths not on the table. This is the time for youth to awake themselves up, to stand out, to proclaim what they belong to. I'm a youth, but he's my younger brother.
Yes.
But yeah, I have to congratulate my brother. You will win it. You have it.
Yes.
The youth, we are the majority. And if the youth say it's him, nothing, he will be the senator of Okongo. I know Okongo.
Yes, I actually do know Kong as well.
Yeah.
Yes, but Anki, you know, we are locking you out of this
No,
conversation.
absolutely not. We are fully Kenyan here for this morning.
I actually do know him as well. Yeah. So when I look at Adams, I said, what is going to be this thing that is going to, maybe that is Anki's next question, I don't know.
Yes, after, because I was gonna come deeper into the how after we create the foundation for the conversation.
Yes.
So I wanted to hear more about him after his comments on his opening remarks. We want to hear a little bit more about his aspirations as well.
Yes. Okay, well, you can actually get into that as well. So introduce us to you personally. I know you're running for MCA under what party, under what seat, under what constituency, under what ward, and then after that we'll get talking then.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. Okay, my Douglas is running for MCA Kabiro ward. Kabiro is in Dagoretti North. Neighbor to Gatina, Kawangware, Kileleshwa, and Kirimani.
Yes.
And from where I come from, Kabiro ward is going for a youth mind. Like me, Douglas, coming from the street boys before, coming from the background of business, coming from hawkers in Kawangware. Now, the Kabiro people have decided this round time we are going na kijana wa mtaa. That's how they call me. Kijana wa mtaa is ready to work for the people of Kabiro.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I know what the youth of Kabiro wants.
Yes.
In Nairobi, I know the youths of Nairobi. What we need. You know, my people, my youth in Nairobi may have some different things, different requirements from Nyamira.
Yes.
Because we are in the capital city,
Okay.
there are so many things, challenges we go through, the guy in Nyamira may not go through. Like insecurity,
Yes.
sewage line, clean water. This is a capital city. A capital city, we need youngful, mindful, youthful
Yes.
readers.
Allow me,
yes.
Simba, before you go into another question, let's emphasize more on the needs. So many times we've heard aspirants come in with manifestos saying, I know these people, so I know their needs. You've only mentioned two, sir, and the people in Dagoretti are watching as well. And I keep challenging the aspirants to give me a longer list in the top 5 and the last 2 that you feel make the 7 needs of the people of Dagoretti this morning, in this time and day and age.
Yeah, number one.
Could be one.
Let's understand more. He is fight for the needs, and he's saying the people of Kabiru understand him. But I need to understand there has to be a list before you prioritize. Is it coming from the people? What list are we looking at? The top 5 and the last 2.
The first one is education. Let's talk about good health, clean drinking water.
Is that a challenge, particularly in Dagoretti?
Yeah, especially in Kabiru where I come. You know, in Dagoretti North, we have 2 wards, that's Kilimani and Kilelesho, which have clean water. And Kabiru and Gatina, Kawangware, we don't have that clean water.
All right.
So it's a problem where I come from.
Okay.
Another thing is on how you issue bursaries.
All right, bursary.
Yeah,
okay.
the bursaries, some are discriminated. It's a real problem. That's education. And another big problem is security. Chopres. My fellow youth, yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
they don't have anything to take home at the end of the day. And the least that I can say is that things like nurturing of talents, our leaders have not gone to grassroots to pick talents, to nurture them, to bring them up.
Okay.
Another thing, the rehabilitation of youth.
All right.
Most of my guys, most of my friends are in drugs and they're in crime. So those are some of the things that I am going to consider in under Okemwa Douglas' leadership.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Okemwa, just before we cross over to Adams this morning, majority of MCAs, and Adams, you might support me, if indeed I'm making a point, the majority of MCAs have been blamed to not understand their specific roles. Look at the way they're campaigning. Mtu anasema atakuletea maji, security, sewage na kila kitu, but then your specific role ni oversight. You're going to discuss, make laws, represent your people. What if indeed that might not be part of what your fellow MCAs also want in that particular area? Because I've seen how majority of MCAs are campaigning. They're like the last resort. But above that, we do have the governors, we have the member of parliament, we do have the governors, we do have the senators who are also supposed to work for that particular county. My question would be, how do you intend then to achieve that? Because it has to be, what do we call it? You have to marshal support for your motions. How do you intend to achieve that?
The how question.
Isn't it? You have the good manifesto, security,
Education.
water, education, and all that. What if your fellow MCs, which party are you running under?
BDU.
BDU. What if the rest of them are not interested in that?
I think the main question is how then, sir, you plan on implementing your manifestos?
First of all, I have I would say that I'm working with.
Yes.
First of all, we came up, we decided, let's map what are the problems that people of Kabiru wants, not what Douglas Okemwa wants.
All right.
After identifying those problems, then I told, how will you help me
Yes.
to achieve this? And one of our observation that we came up with is that we need, if Douglas Okemwa is elected, we need to have a social hall. This is a place where we will be coming. We have this like 4.5 million for bursaries to allocate to students in school. And who are eligible for this? How are we going to distribute this money? So the first thing for like MCA, just have those people, have your good advisors who will advise me. This is what we are supposed to do. My manifesto, I know what Kabiru wants, but does I know what the other people who are living around me want? Because I may go that I want this, like Douglas. And what are the people of Kabiru want? This, you have to involve these people. I have to involve the Wase, the Mama, the women, the youth, even the churches around Kabiru Ward. In any decision that Douglas Okemwa is going to make, it will be influenced in a higher percentage by the people of Kabiro.
I like that. I like that it's people-centered. However, join us on Facebook. Use the hashtag The Morning Drift. We are live right now. Ask your questions. Interrogate the aspirants. It is almost not for us to do. All the questions we ask here should be based on your comments. So get, talking to us in the comment section. Use the hashtag The Morning Drift. And Simba, if you allow me, gentlemen, we have Kefa Nyambagera watching, saying, I'm watching from Athi River Business Park. If Kefa has any questions, I'll allow him also to ask you, either of you, certain questions. And also on Twitter, use the hashtag The Morning Drift, and we are at Look Up TV.
Fantastic. My next one, Adams, particularly, I'm speaking to now as someone who comes from your county. Yes. I mean, when you look at Nyamira County, I know that county up and down. When you look at the areas that legislation has missed, especially or particularly in development and infrastructure, my question is going to be, I mean, where are you going to start from? I mean, we do know that you're supposed to legislate. Look at how the counties are run. Work with your governor. Your governor will tell you exactly what my development strategies are, and this is exactly why I need this funding. All these are the laws that you need to pass so you can actually get to work in the county level. What have we missed as Nyamira County that you're looking at and saying, this should be happening, it's not happening, and it's just bad legislation that I need to go sit down, debate, and make sure that this is going on in Nyamira County?
Thank you very much for that good question. What I can say, as I started and said that the two roles of a senator, the key roles of a senator.
Yes.
The first one that you have emphasized was legislation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
My work is just to debate, nothing else. I debate, I sponsor bills,
yes.
I pass bills. But when I single down to Nyamira, Nyamira people, most of them are into farming. We have banana farming, we have tea farming, coffee farming. There's this thing that has been on and on called the tea reforms.
On and off, you mean? On and
yes.
on?
Yeah, like a senator comes, tells you that I will go, when I go to the Senate, I will go check on the tea reforms.
All right.
I will sit on the committee that checks on tea reforms. But you find it's something that it has turned to be like a song to our voters, all back the residents of Nyamira.
Yes.
What I tend to look at, based on my background of being a geospatial engineer, I've done all my statistics on the ground, geotagged, seen what the farmers really need. First thing, I think I should be able to stand up at the Senate and see that our farmers are given good civic education
yes.
on how to embrace precision agriculture. Because the menace that is affecting our farmers is that most of the aspirants previously and right now is they are promising that the farmers will get good bonuses. And I'm very sure that you are one of a tea farmer.
Yes.
They have told you at some point that I will make sure that the bonus has been increased. But the real menace in the ground is that I cannot talk of a bonus, yet I don't have a good yield.
Yes.
So first, what I need to really pass at the Senate is subsidized prices of fertilizers.
Yes.
So that we get low input, but high input. And then after that, I will start talking about how we will maybe negotiate or debate with the government to increase the tea bonuses.
Yes.
The next thing that is forgotten in Nyamira County, that is the second largest industry in Nyamira County, is the brick industry. The brick industry. And when you see at the big four agendas of the government that is getting out, proper housing was one of the
yes.
agenda.
Yes.
That's
but
true.
what is one of the key materials in proper housing? Bricks. And you find Nyamira is one of the largest producer of bricks. But you find there's no laws, there's no standards, there's no regulations that are implemented. There's no that support that is given to those brick producers. So I think when I get to the Senate, I will really need to talk about all sponsor bill that will look on the welfare
Yes.
and maybe look at those people who are producing
Yes.
the bricks.
All
Pretty
right.
much.
Simba, let's get away from their specific,
Yes.
aspirations for a bit and go into really everyone else believes that aspirants speak in one voice. We're looking at transition of power all the way from presidential candidates through to, MCAs for that matter. I want to hear your general perspectives on Kenya today. Campaigns are ongoing. Of course, the verification by the IEBC has been ongoing, and I cannot say you're exempted from it. So you have been viewing how Kenya has been running, like you've mentioned, the exiting, government. And I want to understand from you, now that you will be Kenyan leaders, what would you pick as a Kenyan leader and say, well, this is what the Jubilee government must have done that should be emulated?
Number one, some of the things that I've seen the past government have failed to do in my work.
I'm looking at the positives, sir.
Those that they have done, and I will continue doing, is like street lights. The Jubilee government has really done something.
Have you followed closely road safety conversations? There's been a lot of issues on lighting up these street lights and underpasses. There's been a very big outcry on Gong Road, for example, for street lights. So I do not know if you can specify which roads that have good lighting, as you have put it. If we can be specific, it would be good to know that our aspirants really follow governance.
Yes, I've been in Wayakiwe.
Okay.
Wayakiwe, the streets are very good. They're very okay. But do you know the problem that with the street lights? They may not stay there for some time because the guys who will come and demolish those things are our boys. That's what I said.
They are youth.
Yeah, they are the youth. That's insecurity of the MCA.
Yeah.
Not going to bring a police post in my ward, but those things that we have, the resources, the things that we have from the past government, can I be able to give security to these things, like security in the streets light? The last time I was very happy when our president banned the metal, scrap metal. You know, our youths are the one who go and demolish those things, they go and sell, even when it's working. So I'm very happy for those governments for like a street light. Another thing, the way some places that I said, like Kilimani and the Kileleshwa, they have water, sufficient water, all true. If it will be implemented in Kabiro and the whole of the North, I will be very happy, and even I will not even stand to fight because my people have what they want.
I actually like that if these things were implemented, it would not be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There would be nothing to advocate
There
for.
was nothing to advocate for because as far as it will be concerned, everything personally is already done by the government.
Okay.
Adams, on that particular question, and I'd like you to tie that answer to this. We've seen the majority of the laws in this country are bipartisan in the sense of the party that sponsors more senators, more members of parliament get to have their say. So now, responding to that, under what party are you running under? And do you think then that's not going to be a factor in the passing of the debates that you're going to go back into the Senate House? Because we do know exactly how it happens. You can't fight your own government. If a government tells you don't pass it, generally we don't see those laws. That's how government actually tends to work, isn't it? And that's the majority rule. This is how we run the government. The president has said, no, that is not going to see the light of the day. Is that what we expect to see from you? And what will you also look back and say, well, the Senate has made steps on it and would like to improve on it or keep on building on it? Yes.
Thank you very much. First, to answer a question that I'm running on the Democratic Party of Kenya.
Yes. Is it under the coalition? Under what coalition does it fall?
At the moment, we are having some internal wrangles in the party, so we are not sure of which. Yeah. But at the moment, we are in a Kenya Kwanza.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenya Kwanza coalition. But back to your question, what has Senate really passed previously that I think is good, and maybe when I get there, I may tend to improve on some laws.
Yes.
What I can say is that, as I started by saying, while the Senate, the interest I will be looking at is my people back in Nyamira. What do they want? Are you getting? What have they, which role are the previous senatorial, those who have been in that seat have done to them? what I can say, to be very honest, to differ with her because he said we measure on the positives, but we are not.
Well, I did not say we should measure on the positives. I asked if the aspirants have anything to celebrate in this government.
Of course. Yes. If we were to measure on the positives, as my brother said, we could have not been thrown ourselves into
So there's absolutely nothing in this government.
What I can say previously, considering of Nyamira County,
Yes.
the previous senators have done little and nothing.
All right.
Just going there, being backbenchers, sleeping, no passing of laws, no debate, no oversight. Why am I saying that? When you get back into my county, you find that there are some of the projects that have been stalled since the beginning of devolution, since 2013.
Yes.
For example, look at the Manga Stadium back in my home. It was initiated in 2013. Up to now, it's not completed.
Yes.
Yet the money is given there.
Yes.
You find there are so many feeder roads. For example, I can say there are some feeder roads that come from, let me use your example, if I can guess. A feeder road from Kijauri all the way to Menyenya.
Yes.
It is stilled. The road is impassable. And that is a county road and the money is there. And we have a senator who should oversight. But you find that it has not been done.
Pretty much.
So what I think, and what I'm pretty sure of, when I get to the Senate,
Yes.
I will really look on those instilled projects that maybe I can buy from the example of the national government. They have done so many roads under the Kenya National Highway Authority.
Yes.
And maybe Kura and the Kera. They have done so many roads. So why can't my county, Nyamira County, buy the idea of the national government as they do their roads and their projects?
Yeah.
Yes.
Adams, I gotta mention this, and you're gonna, okay, you'll support me.
Are you sure he will on this one?
Probably support me. This is it. That the trend of Kenyan politics, and we've seen it, the trend of Kenyan politics, you introduce yourself to the senatorial seat, get it, because essentially what you're eyeing to get is the gubernatorial seat. I mean, we've seen majority of guys who were senators in 2014 and all that, they are officially now gunning for that gubernatorial seat after one season in office. Okay, well, I'm not lying, you do know that.
Sure.
And you did remind me that even as you continue to, just a second, sir, as you continue to post that, we've seen a twist in the current situation where most governors who are vying have dropped their deputies.
Because their deputies are now running for that particular office.
And now we are seeing different things like gender coming in, clan, and etc. coming in place. So you can add and build on that. But I was just showing the current situation as it is, as they eye the seat you have just shared about.
Pretty much. And Adam, just to go by that, I mean, there's this thing about the Kenyan Constitution in 2010 that really doesn't say who's bigger between a senator and a governor. Who should call the shots. Because then the senator will make laws for the governor to follow in the county. And the governor then would follow to that implementation. What we've seen, this wrangle that makes governors now the county bosses, and the senator's oversight role is just celebratory. Are you looking at this as a chance to be a governor, or indeed genuinely, like you're saying, that senatorial position is a special call for you?
Yes.
What I can say, the senatorial seat is a special call for me. First,
okay, what do you think?
I would love to hear from you. Is he being honest with the one I'm watching this morning?
I'm very honest. Reason being, as I said, there are two roles that I understand that a senator should do. First, debate. And my passion is to debate. I go debate around, make laws for my governors to follow. So up to now, it's just a special call that I want to be a senator. Then after that, I may go back to my people and ask them.
I know Kemo has something. Just before you continue, Adam's on. I'm sorry to interject. Okay,
sure.
Do you have something to say about that?
Yeah. Yes. Like for me, the way I am going for MCA.
Okay, you know your question is coming because there's also the big
we still want to. If you're following closely your fellow aspirant here.
Okay, just respond.
Yeah, like the way I am going for MCA.
Yes.
I said for people of Kabiro, give me only 5 years. I am coming for direct MP.
All right.
Give me 5 years.
There is a ladder to climb.
The same thing with what our senators does.
Yes.
After going for some 5 years, they go for governor. You know, previously, most of governors didn't, most of senators didn't knew that the governor is more powerful than a senator.
That's exactly what
So
I'm saying.
when they came to realize, so they are now coming for the
now going
governor, like you know, governor from.
No, it's good to say that previously,
Yes.
most senators never
Did
knew
not
that
know. Yes.
the gubernatorial seat was more powerful than the senator.
Yes.
Now that even myself, I know that the gubernatorial seat is more powerful than a senator. So it's a special call to me that I should go for Senate.
So
and
you
I stick for Senate.
So you are
for the
very
next-
objective about your aspirations. You want to be a senator, no matter which one is bigger than the other, more powerful. You are senatorially objective.
Yeah, I'm senatorial objective.
Okay, then comes to the MCAs. But Adams, you will support me. You will support me. The particular function of the MCA, whatever position they're running for, is that you're supposed to be as close as you can to the electorate.
Correct.
In fact, your first purpose, according to the Kenyan Constitution, the way it envisioned you, you're given this particular word so that every single day you could actually mingle with your ward mates and you will see exactly what it is they're talking about, whatever it is that they're complaining about, whatever your needs are. But then the MCAs themselves have now looked at themselves as members of the National Assembly. Case in point, you're calling for car grants, you're calling for improved parks, especially when you sit in the house and debate on those laws. Essentially then removing you from where the people are. Adams, have you tried to locate the MCAs in Nyamira County, any ward in Nyamira County, if you can, and you think that's a challenge, that in the sense of that the MCAs, indeed, their specific role is supposed to be together with the electorate, but then now they are so removed. That's why county development funds will go to the wrong places. That's why you pass laws on expenditure, and then they go back to the one level because they don't know where they're supposed to be spent. They get spent somewhere else. Is that something that you've come across?
I like that you brought it up, and I think we're starting to pick it from him.
Yes.
And you touched on, Adams, you touched on a leader being present. All right,
Being there for your people.
Yeah, that is being present.
Yeah,
We can
sure,
access you, and
sure.
that I think I remember the youngest member of parliament at his time, Paul Murigi, going door to door to do his campaigns. I'm yet to see one during this, August campaigns, who is going to go door to door, but I like that
I'm
you're
there,
doing it.
I'm there.
You are doing
Yeah, I'm doing that.
and we want to hear then your thoughts on what
Yes.
Simba has asked in that same light.
That's it.
Yeah, what I can say, let me tell you why the MCAs go for those big cars and grants and what. It's because when they are elected, they go to county assemblies, there is a governor. And the governor, in one way, does not want to be impeached by the MCAs.
Yes.
These MCAs, most of them that I've seen, they are corrupt. They've been corrupted by giving them a car grant, by giving them some. So most of them, they may not be living where their ward are.
Yes.
And that's why I told you, from my ward, Kabiro ward,
Yes.
I will have the women, the youth league, and the Wase.
Yes.
In our social hall.
Yes.
Let's come. What do we want? Where are we? Where are we supposed to be? And where are we heading to? Involving those people of Kabiro. Like, for example, all my aspirants who are fighting in Kabiro ward, like 90% of them, they don't live in Kabiro. That's where we got it wrong. If you don't live in Kabiro ward, you are living in Karen, you are living in Kleresh, you are living in Lavington, you are coming to fight in Kabiro ward. Do you know the problem which is this is what they are facing? No, you don't know. Do you have people who can tell you this is what we want in APCD?
Yes.
Your friends are in Karen. Your friends are in Lavington,
Uh-huh.
and you don't have friends in Kabiro. So the moment you are elected, you will just go for those grants. You go for, yeah.
So you do realize that all the electorate is watching. So we are looking at you staying right where you are at in the next 5 years once elected. You will not be moving. This is an assurance you're giving in public television.
Sure. No, only I can move a bigger house from where I'm living, but in Kabiro ward. In Kabiro ward.
But isn't it? Okay, well, if you can allow me, Adams, that's a particular challenge that we've seen, because then, you're busy at the Senate House making laws that are going to impact even
Absolutely.
county expenditure. But then you go down again, you find feeder roads that are even quite small, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, that are very essential to the economy of that area. They are not yet done. Case in point, in Nyamira County, that's a fact. He knows what it is I'm talking about.
Right.
I do not understand why up to now, My particular ward has no street lighting. I do not understand.
You mentioned street lights. I'm glad that came up
Yeah,
again.
I do not understand. I saw projects come at our main area, stage, 3 lights, and that's it. So I was expecting that this is going to be a project. Case in point then, would you say that to some particular level, because if you're then debating and making these laws, it means that you're doing your job, and the MCA is failing on their job, and if they are failing then...
What ought to be done?
Why is that?
Well, I think the case study of Nyamira you have said,
yes,
and I can resonate that is Nyasiongo ward,
yes,
if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
What I can say is that our MCAs are really failing. Why are they failing?
All right.
They have not gone down to the villages to understand the people's problems and see which project do they prioritize.
Yes.
How can I go and prioritize a car grant, yet my people are suffering? Like for myself, in my case, I have Mocheno Foundation.
Yes.
That is helping the needy people and the needy students across the county at the moment. You find that there are people who are really suffering, yet there are some of the funds that can be directed to that kitty. You have said of street lighting. When I take a case study of Nyansiongo Ward, we have a very big market called Kijauri Market that should be having lights all over so that we can increase the economy of that area, because as I do see is a 24/7 hour market.
Yes.
But you find that there is a challenge of lighting that brings in insecurity at some point.
Yes.
So you find that our MCs are really failing because they don't understand what to prioritize first. Are you seeing?
Yes.
That's why I can challenge IBC,
yes,
maybe in future, to set the basic requirement of a degree for an MCA, because
if I can interject in that one.
Sure, I think it's okay to interject.
Okay, well, it's okay, so you can interject.
Yeah, my brother, the problem is not how educated you are. The problem is this guy is living in Nairobi, is going to Nyamira ward somewhere, fighting for MCA. He doesn't know the problem those people are facing. You erect that guy because he has come with some cash, he has a big car. So that's where the problem starts. Like in Kabiro, I've said, people are not living in Kabiro. Okay. They don't have friends in Kabiro. But they are, because they have resources, they have money, they come to Kabiro. For fighting what? MCA. Now the moment you erect this guy, automatically that count is going to fail for 5 years because you have no representative.
Okay.
So I'm getting those people who fought for me.
Gentlemen, we have 2 minutes to close this aspirant forum.
Yeah. Allow me to interject, please.
Okay.
My good friend has just said that it's not how educated you are. I said that in 21st century, we really need to have 21st century solutions.
Sure.
And having 21st century solutions is we need very sharp people. We need people who have seen the problem of who can really resonate with the people at the ground.
Yes.
And it's all about how far have you studied your people. You cannot tell me that a quack can just come from nowhere and go to the ground, take the problems and solve them. So let's just stick to 21st century solutions. And that's why I say IBCs will really look at the requirement of a degree for our MCS, because they're really failing us.
And I like that because I know in the big conversation you had a really hot talk on education, intelligence, and intellectual capacity of leaders.
Sure.
And I'll just pick one more from Wycliffe, where you see. Yeah?
Where you see.
Where you see.
Yeah, where you see.
We understand where you're coming from, sir. And he says, I see my friend seated. No wonder. No wonder. This has to be your friend.
Anki, would you allow me, just to clear like this, probably not me asking that question, so probably because we have Adams in the house.
Yes.
Adams.
But very briefly.
Adams, just 15 seconds. The CJ at one point had advised the Senate to break the house as the national house. President didn't do it. Up to now, he's not broken the house. Do you think if you were a senator, because one of your key responsibilities again is to look into the president's conduct, actually get to impeach him if he misbehaves.
Sure.
Do you think you would have sponsored that motion in the Senate House? 15 seconds.
Oh, in 15 seconds, thank you. Of course, yes, I could have. Basing on the reasons why the CJ has just advised the Senate to do so. If the reasons are valid, why not?
All right.
Pretty much.
If they're valid and in accordance with the book.
With the Constitution.
Constitution.
Sure.
I know is the culture. These are politicians and set. 1 second, sir, to call in your people to vote for you and see you on the ballot. And I will give the same to Adams. 1 second for a very short campaign word. 1 second.
Thank you so much. Let me call my people of Kabiro Ward, Dagoret North, to vote for Douglas Okemwa. Douglas Okemwa is coming with, 1, we need to empower our youth. 2, we need to, after empowering this youth, we need to nurture them. We need to motivate these youth. And we need to rehabilitate, change our mindset of our youth. And more so, Douglas Okemwa wants people of Kabiro to venture in business. And in business, we will make a living. And we will take our kids to school.
All right.
Thank you so much. People of Kabiro, you have a reader. Kijana wa mtaa Douglas Okemwa.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What I can tell my Nyamira people is that Adams is here. Adams is always with you, and they will be there for you. As I always say, let's elect leaders who understand our people and who are ready to listen to our people and solve their problems.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I like how this conversation brought the aspirants to people-centered, issues and people-centered solutions. And now, of course, Adams reiterating and echoing 21st century problems need 21st century solutions. We take a breather. We come back officially with Simba to tell you, if you started this show with us a bit later, what you must have missed when we began. Of course, remember to keep your aspirant accountable. Shortly, don't go too far away. This is still #The Morning Drift.
Are you looking to turn your passion to purpose? Vera Beauty and Fashion College now brings you online classes at the comfort of your home. We are a TVET-approved institution with over 20 years' experience in training competency-based courses in fashion design and creative arts, cosmetology, hairdressing, beauty therapy, interior design in soft furnishings, event decoration and flower arrangement, hospitality and catering, and training of trainers. To enroll, call us today on 0704 577 577 or visit our website at www.verabeautycollege.com. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a center of excellence.
Help me identify a beautiful womb. I never came across one till I got to Vera.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707.
Get a chance to wake up as a tourist as you view Mount Kenya every day by buying a plot of land at Wema Gardens, Naru Moru. At only 400 meters off tarmac, this is the right place to build your dream home, cottages or holiday homes. You can also buy this property to give to your children as a special inheritance. Water and electricity are in the vicinity, while neighbors are already building their homes. These plots are specially ready for you with title deeds scheduled to be out in 6 months. Buy a 50 by 100 plot of land at Wema Gardens for only 399,000 Kenya shillings. You can also pay for your plot through our friendly one-year installments plan.
morning, thousands and thousands of Kenyans use these roads to commute to their various and respective destinations.
What is the situation and what is the weather?
We have made it our business to investigate, scrutinize, and analyze how safe and efficient the infrastructure is.
If they close the barabara or whatever they are closing, they tell them to give us food.
Millions of lives lost and scores injured day in, day out.
So at impact, there is higher chance.
We sit with road safety experts, road safety ambassadors, activists, authorities, and road users.
It is the house call
Road safety is a human right, but are you well informed? Now, Look Up TV prides in a platform that breeds revelations and solutions around matters road safety. You do not have to be a statistic. Strive to arrive alive.
Amazing. I must say it's been a beautiful Monday morning. June 6th has brought with it 8 beautiful, amazing beginnings for the morning drift. I remember when I began the morning drift, I would say the all-new Look Up TV. And now I say the all-new hashtag, the morning drift. How has it been for you? We are calling this, a bye-bye for today. But Simba, how did you feel about your first time, your first day on the morning drift?
I keep on saying that I wasn't welcomed. Anki, no breakfast, no coffee, no nothing. Just calling on my name and that's it.
Are you sure that if I brought in the viewer in studio, they wouldn't see anything behind the camera?
There's absolutely nothing here, guys. Is that how the morning team behaves? I mean, let me talk to my producers that I can get to. Anyway, it was fantastic.
You sounded like somebody who speaks about the government when they are in government. Now you are part of the morning drift officially, Simba, and I loved the conversations.
It was fantastic. Everything went down good. Guess what? First more to come.
Oh yes, and if you want to know anything political, the twists and turns, how it heightens as we get to the race in the August 9th polls. Also, a lot lined up in the Arrive Alive. Road safety is getting even better. The conversation's even bigger. And of course, I'm looking at a lot of things taking a bit of changes and twists and turns in the morning drift compilation and coverage.
Guess what? Talking of that, tomorrow we talk about the economy the entire day. I'll be telling you exactly what it is that you need to look into as regards the economy. I'll be talking about the 20% increments in loans. I'll be talking about the 7.5% CBR rate, what that means to you. And that bigger question in the house, how inflation might not be 7.1% and how that is going to affect the weight of the money in your pocket.
Simba, you do know that we are all current affairs, and if someone wanted to get first-hand information in what is happening in Nairobi, in Kenya, and in the world, it is here to look out for. Now, Hilton Hotel is going down, but after the exit, the government is still trying to ponder on what to do with that particular hotel that stood right in the city for years. What next for Hilton? The building, bring it down, crush it, make it a museum. What next?
Think about it. You ever stepped into Hilton Hotel when it was a hotel? And it's a question. You ever stepped in it? It's a question neither here nor there. Number one. it's beautiful. It's a beautiful building.
Absolutely.
It's a city monument when you look at it. My suggestions, give or take, make it into a museum.
All right.
In fact, National Archives should be a smaller version of the National, Hilton should be a bigger version of the National Archives.
A bigger version of the National Archives.
That's it. Crossover.
All right.
Take everything from the National Archives. It's a tiny building and all that, and make it crossover to Hilton.
Well, a good way to start my day, think through it. I loved where Hilton was placed. I love to go. I mean, you come into Nairobi, you don't know your way around Kencom, you want to get into...
Hilton.
Hilton. All right, Hilton, Hapo Bata, allow me to mention, I'm not really marketing these guys, but Hilton was it for Nairobians, for every Kenyan. What are your thoughts? Talk to us. Keep talking to us. Our social media fraternity and family continues to engage with you. DM us as many times as you can. We will love to have these conversations with you. And anytime, any day. My name is Anki Doris Ombat.
My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage.
Dude, what are you doing with 6 names?
Well, my father would answer that question.
See you guys. It's going to be amazing the entire week, 6:30 to 10 a.m. You don't want to miss this new, what do we call it? What do we call this? Pair in town?
It's a duo.
I was avoiding the word duo.
It's not duo.
I was avoiding the word duo.
All right, guys.
I was going to use
tomorrow.
a couple in town, but yeah, I will leave that for another day. Enjoy your day. Happy, good morning. See you.